Great.
I walk the streets with my swagger on, supernatural, facing a million opponents, and my role is to act alone. Lights, camera when the action's on. Where I'm home is a battle zone, a vigilante in the catacombs. But I rock with a hot shot like a clock when it's cocked and popped and the lead is gone. People say that my head is gone, but it's them same people with need of my help when I'm heading home in life. They say that everybody got a purpose, so I roam the city streets like faulty cellular service. The hot shot.
All right, so we got that Hot Shot trailer out the way. We've shown the Village One a couple times. I feel like I want to thank Danny J Quick for filling in. Libra couldn't host tonight, and when I had to think of somebody to do it, I was like, Danny J Quick is the perfect person to do this. I don't know why I didn't go there the first time. And I need you to stay out my Google Drive folders, man. like get out my Google Drive folders. Like I thought when you put that little GIF of the person hacking, I thought that was all fun and games, but you need to stay out the FSK folder.
Hey, you got to make sure that you got the right files in those folders when you send them. All right, because if you got anything else in there, I'm looking through it. I'm looking through all your files. I do that. But listen, so we heard earlier you talking to Victor Dandridge about the creation of Hot Shot. Okay, only got 30 minutes. Only got about 30 minutes. Okay. So I want to get into vigilance tonight. I want to talk about vigilance.
Okay.
Because I've heard the story of how you created Hot Shot. Tell me about the process that brought vigilance to life, though.
The process for vigilance was I wanted a badass female superhero. I didn't feel like there was enough representation for female. Like we got Storm, we got Wonder Woman, you got Jean Grey, and oh shoot, there we go. And you got these other female superheroes that are dope, but they never see anything long term. Nothing ever gets invested in them to keep their books running or whatnot. To give them like Storm should have a 300, 400 issue comic book. Like that should have been happened. Like why is that not a thing for Storm? And I just wanted a really dope female character that did not need help from a man at all. And Vigilance, its name, actually started off as Vengeance. And then Victor got a hold of the book and he was like, so you got the world's strongest superhero's name is Vengeance? I was like, yeah. Dope, right? But she works for the government, Michael. That doesn't sound like, it sounds like she's going to kill people. Yeah, she's the strongest superhero. Like, she don't take no games. She don't play no games. And so Victor actually renamed her Vigilance. And I was like, all right, Mr. Dandridge. Touche. But it works. It works. Because it sounds really dope as the Vigilance program, being vigilant. Because that's what she is. So that was a very, very good move on Victor Dandridge's part. The costume, for the most part, is the same. Little tweaks here and there, but it was originally black and red. She was born evil. Evil was in her soul.
She would have looked a lot like Void then, if it was black and red. Mm-hmm.
Look at this dude.
I'm just saying, if it would have been black and red, it would just look like a little symbolism there. But I won't go there right now. So
to kind of add on to Mike's answer, I think that also if you look at where we've taken Vigilance, so obviously we had her in the first story arc of Hot Shot, and we broke her out into her own series. And I think that we've had conversations We've had conversations about the evolution of the character. You know, we took honest feedback from people that read the book, and we looked at what we wanted to do, took that feedback and kind of changed course a little bit. We took the original story and we made it out to be 3 parts. And you know, one of the focuses we're looking at right now is trying to make more of that character than just this superpowered being, but someone that you can relate to. Trying to make, even though she's the most powerful being, trying to make her vulnerable. You know, have her doubting herself and have you question her and make her out to be more of a relatable character. And we've also had conversations about the direction we want to continue to take her. We don't want her to be this stereotypical character that has to rely on the male character to help define her story. And that's something that we've been adamant about as we've looked at where we want to go. And we've had different scripts and we've done rewrites and changed direction on creatives. We want to make sure that we're doing this character justice. I mean, Vigilance is one of our top selling titles, and people love the character, so we want to make sure we're doing justice to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I loved it. I love Vigilance. I was just going back through Vigilance 2 and 3 just to brush up on some things, and I caught something that got my attention. I was going to ask you about.
Danny.
Who is when I say the name Zatanna, what does that mean to you?
He's trying to catch. They may not know what's in the books or not. Let's see if we can get a little slippage, a little something spill a little bit.
I'm just saying, you know me. So I think I got in a bad rap because somebody has actively campaigned Team Spoiler Alert as a terrorist organization. They say that I'm out here just throwing people spoilers out and stuff like that. And I would never do such a thing. I would never divulge information from a book that has not been released yet. I just like to talk about good comics. So if your book is published and I can purchase it and I can read it, then I feel like I should be able to talk about it.
I feel like you should talk about it too. It's out there.
It's out there.
Have it. I'd answer this. So Zatanna, it's giving us a tease. So again, Vigilance came from the pages of Hot Shot, and we made the decision to break her out into her own series. Part of that was because of the attention she had. People wanted more of her, and we've got this really interesting story. Again, to not make her just this generic archetype of Superman. We want her to be so much more. We want her to be vulnerable. We're starting to give you samplings of her past before Hot Shot. If you've read issue 1, you know that she landed on Earth. We've alluded to the fact that she has amnesia, doesn't remember. Mike being rude here, cutting me off. Doesn't remember, everything about her past. Doesn't necessarily remember, what she remembers from the very beginning when she arrived on Earth may not be true. So things are kind of starting to pop out. We're teasing some big things to come later on in the series, but that her past may not be quite what she, or it may be more than what she doesn't remember. Mm-hmm. We look at we've had the name that there's a reason Queen Mala came to Earth to fight Vigilance, and it stems to one name, the Destroyer. So we're sprinkling it in, and you'll get more, but there's definitely a lot more than in her past beyond being this generic Superman character.
Yeah, I heard that name, the Destroyer, a couple of times. I saw it in the pages there. It seems like there's a lot of people looking for the Destroyer. Let's see, Queen Mala, that's right. She said it. Then there was Void. Now I don't know if Void said the Destroyer, but there was another group of space pirates that made a special appearance in the early pages. I want to say in Vigilance number 2. What can you tell us about that group?
What's everything? Who are they? Where are they from?
Well, that group is extremely important to the story of Vigilance. They are. It's not just some epilogue throwaway things. They are a big factor to what happens, to what will be happening in the series of Vigilance. Know that their world, as you saw at the end of that issue, was decimated, destroyed, and they are seeking retribution for it. It's all they feel they have left and all that they can do, as they are the last of their people on that was on that planet.
Okay, so I have a theory. It's only 8:05, so I'm gonna throw this out here.
You got time. You got time.
I'm gonna throw this out here. So I saw at the end, and I won't spoil this part because I know some people still haven't read Vigilance, but I saw at the end of Vigilance number 3. Um, there was a character that showed up who had been conversing or had been talking to Vigilance during her whole treatment with the was it a psychiatrist? Who she was talking to? Right. So we finally got to see, the person or the entity that was speaking to her. And then on the next page, I noticed a similarity in features of that person and one of the other people. So is there any connection? You can tell me because I don't think we got too many people.
I love it. You can tell me.
I don't think we got too many people watching right now. I can't see the numbers.
We got 11 people watching. We good.
You can tell me, is there any connection between this tragic happening and the crew that's coming to look for her?
That's a stretch. I will tell you that's wrong.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, you onto something. But I will tell you this. If you read issue number 3 and paid attention to it, that person that she's talking to that's revealed at the end, he's in earlier in the book.
So I'll to try to not give too much away. I think when we look at Hot Shot 5, Hot Shot 6, we know if you've read Vigilance number 1, we know that Vigilance has been put on the shelf because of what happened at the end of Hot Shot 5 and 6. There's a reason she's meeting with the psychiatrist. You get more of that as you read through those issues. And I think that we tease a lot about darkness and what that means to Vigilance. And I think that this character brings in a sense of maybe right now for Vigilance, we've introduced a lot of doubt, and although she may not exactly know who this being is, it's about balance. Maybe bringing some light into this confusing time of darkness.
Okay.
Amani said, "Nah, I'm searching." I mean, if you find it, we'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
So one thing that I really like about Vigilance is that she doesn't completely know her past. Like, we don't know how old Vigilance is. We know that she's powerful and that there's some kind of evil inside of her. I can see when the eyes turn purple. I can see that it's not good for anybody else around. Okay, we can see that. But I do like that. In the book we saw her with Justice. We saw the memories of her being coached and trained by Justice. So I know with the Zero event, most of the heroes, disappeared in the Hotshot universe, right? And Hotshot, from my understanding, got his powers after Zero event, right?
That's correct.
Okay, but Vigilance, so we know Vigilance had her powers before then. So we know that her and Justice spent some time together. So I'm excited to see what happens with Vigilance and why. And I can't wait to see when her past catches up with her, because I think that's going to be cool. But the question I have is, at the end of both Vigilance number 3 and Hotshot 9, I believe, there's this thing called the Affinity Gauntlet that I see appear. Right? So, and I know you're probably going to answer this in the next panel, but which event are we going to see first? Are we going to see the Zero event unfold? Are we going to get some answers for that? Or are we going to get the Affinity Gauntlet?
So I've been waiting for this question, and I'm going to answer it next panel too. But you've already got the Affinity Gauntlet. You've already gotten that.
Oh, is this what we?
If you read Hotshot number 9 and Vigilance number 3 and Heroes International number 3, that Infinity Gauntlet started there in the FSK universe for FSK, but it was triggered in a whole nother book. But you guys have gotten the result of it, and I don't even think you realize that we gave it to you already.
I think I realized but it's not released yet. So I won't. I mean, it is technically released. If it is what I'm thinking it is.
What do you think it is?
So I remember the Scribble Wars, right? I remember.
Yes.
I remember y'all were talking about all of these different characters crossing over, and there was Apex Prime, and there was Vigilance was in there, and the kindergarten. What are they called?
The Kindergartens.
The Kindergartens were in there.
Okay.
So
I'll give you this. I'll give you this because Danny J. Quick, you put together some stuff that you don't even realize you put together. So I will give you this tasty victual. The Scribble War is going to be an official comic. It is the official crossover between Vantage In-House and Freestyle Comics. There's 2 pages that y'all have not seen that wrap that up, but it's going to be an official release title through FSK and Vantage. It's our DC Comics versus Marvel Comics.
I like it.
So we gave y'all a full crossover for free online, but now we're going to release it in the comic book so you can see how everything wraps up and you can have it, you can own it in the comic book form because Victor and I drew 24 pages combined for that book
in like 3 days.
Days.
Now, I will say as a shout out and a plug to Vantage In-House, if you'd like to know more about what triggers the Affinity Gauntlet and these moments, check out the follow-up to The Trouble with Love by getting the first issue of Never Too
Late. Is that out yet? I don't even...
It's out because I got my copy.
I got my copy.
I haven't read Never Too Late. I read The Trouble with Love, but I never...
Team Spoiler Alert should be mad to know that we've read all 4 issues.
All 4 issues.
Of Never Too Late.
Wow. See? Y'all got connections and stuff. That's why I be trying to get connections so I can get the inside scoops. Y'all don't be hooking me up with I got to talk to Victor.
I'm about to hook you up right now, man. I'm giving you an inside look at the pages so far for Hot Shot.
Hot Shot number 10.
Hot Shot number 10 right here, right now, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. I like that. I like it a lot.
This is page 2.
Let me make my screen bigger so I can.
I love that.
You're trying to take screenshots.
Oh, I remember you drawing this one. I think you
Lori
got this one on Chat and Draw, right?
Yeah, Lori inked it. We got that, but I'm not sure.
You showing all of them?
Yeah,
I'm seeing all of them. There's a page in here that Amani is like, wait, is that Maria? Oh, I was right.
Brad, we don't have plans for a Void one shot, but Void is definitely about to be like if you got issue 9, you're getting more Void, man.
Void is definitely coming back. Oh, wait a minute. Was he having some troubles with his powers there? Is he having some troubles?
I'm not about to tell you what's happening. I'm showing you the art, baby. Hey.
Looks like he's having some troubles right there with the Hadouken, with the Hot Shot special.
The Hot Shot special. This has been a journey inking this book. I would definitely attest to that.
He looked like he on some super Lex Luthor type stuff. This dude right here looks like he might be too smart for his own good.
Hey man, Danny J. Quick Brain be working. Hey, this is my favorite panel in the book, man.
You and your feet.
That one with that foot, that look legit, baby. Got the right angle and everything.
Hey man, one of my goals with Ace Blade is to get a shoe deal. I think we need to get Hot Shot a shoe deal too.
I want that too. Hey Amani, who you think it is? I'll tell you if you're right.
Now I got to go back. If I wasn't on the panel, I'd be going back too.
This is my favorite page. This is my second favorite panel with the lake. Love it.
Amani, DM me a screenshot or something.
Who do you think he's calling there? Monty, who do you think he's calling?
That's hilarious.
Look at Mike with seductive grapes.
My man just eating some grapes, man. Every time we show him eating, he's eating a burrito. He had to eat something else.
He already half naked too. He done already came out half the clothes.
He got on a tank top.
He done came out half the clothes already.
Is he half naked or half dressed?
Either way, somebody about to get the hot shot. That's all I know.
All right, who do you think the little blue voice is, though, Amani?
I need to know. I want to see. I don't even want Amani to tell me. I need to find out for myself. It's part of my process.
All right, that's it. That's all you get.
Let's go back and find this little blue voice.
How much time we got on this one?
Oh, I only got 15 minutes left. Okay, I got a question. Look. So here's another question that I have. That I just had jot down in my notes. I read your the source book. You have a source book out for the Freestyle Comics universe.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a name that I saw that I didn't recognize. And I may have overlooked it in the comics because, you know, sometimes you just miss stuff. But who is Remington?
So we get a little tease of Remington in issue 9. There's the press conference when Mike is working at the student center or in the dorms, and he's watching TV, and they're talking about they actually introduce first little tease of Elite Force.
Yeah, so, the Elite Force. Okay.
How about this? I'll say you're going to be seeing more of Remington in issue 10. I'm not going to tell you when and where and who, but you'll see a little bit more of Remington in issue 10.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we've already introduced Remington. He's in issue 9.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem, man.
I must not have seen his name.
The entire FSK universe, not just Hotshot.
Yeah.
Okay. That's who I thought it was. But I wasn't quite sure because I don't remember seeing the name Remington. So there's another thing. There's another thing in the source book that I have a question about. And this might just be my Marvel, you know, the MCU has done things to us as fans. So when I see things in a movie or I hear something and I'm like, is that wording the way that they worded that? Is it, you know, something or is it nothing? So the vigilance page of the source book, it says vigilance is justice reborn. It says the 3 words, vigilance is justice reborn. Right? So it got me thinking, she doesn't know her past. You know, I'm seeing these blue lights, these blue creatures, these blue entities talking to her. So what is the connection between that wording, or am I just imagining something?
You're just imagining that.
Okay.
When they say she is Justice Reborn, they're saying that she's the new version of Justice. Like we lost Justice, and that really sucks. We did not have a backup plan, and luckily, this fell in our laps.
Okay, because I thought Hotshot was Justice Reborn. Be honest, that's what I really thought. Because the panels that you drew,
shooters.
What? I'm gonna tell you, because the way you drew these panels, I think it was in Vigilance 3 or 2. There were 3 panels, right? There was a panel where Vigilance was holding up Queen Mala by her throat, and then it flipped, and it was somebody else. And I was like, you know, I've seen that in movies sometimes that they do that, and it's a symbolism thing. And I'm like, you know what? And then she said something. She was like, he said that. He told her to stop. And she was like, who? Justice? And she was like, no, Hotshot. I was like, you know, it's something about his spirit. It's something about his presence that's just like Justice. Maybe. No, I'm not. I'm just speculating. Hey,
Danny J. Quick, I respect your investigative hustle. I'm going to give you this one. There is a link between Justice and Hotshot. Hence why Justice appears at that moment, the same exact moment that's from issue 5 of Hotshot when he tries to stop Vigilance because she's going rampage.
I'll also say this. I'll give another little tease, a little spoiler, that you'll get more of that in the Zero Event miniseries.
I had to reward you on that. That's some good, like, That's some good ear candy. And I'm
Like
gonna put you on a path. I'm gonna put you on a path of something else to look for. If you look back at the issues of Hot Shot, I'm not gonna tell you what issues, but there is a constant silhouetted figure wherever Mike is. It's not in every issue, but there's a pattern of a silhouetted figure being around. And we made it blatantly obvious in issue 7. No, is this issue 7? Yeah. Yes. That's it.
Gotcha.
What did you know, Andy? What did you know, Andy? Did I give you the latest total?
No.
Andy's be doing research too, I think. I think Andy be doing research too.
Oh, he does. Andy knows a lot about the FSK universe. That's why he's editing over one of the books.
So
Oh yeah.
I want to say that, to some of the panels earlier with the questions I asked about making a story flow, all of these breadcrumbs, all of these pieces is why it's sometimes so hard to edit these books and make sure that we're weaving this pattern together to tell the story. And we want eventually when I'm a big fan of 100 Bullets, and I love how they in Invincible, how they sprinkle in things. And 10, 15 issues later, when it comes together, you're like, wait a second. You go back and you check and you realize, like, this has been the plan all along. So we're kind of telling that story with this. So a lot of these things that aren't clear right now, they're going to come together and you'll see the full picture eventually.
Yeah.
Nice. I trust it. I trust y'all. I don't even want to. There's certain stuff that I think that I could do, as a writer. And Hot Shot, like the whole freestyle comics, even though I do want to work with y'all eventually, like I just enjoy reading the books. I enjoy the process of watching the stories unfold. So I trust y'all, man. I think it's gonna be great. The things y'all are able to come with. I'm excited about Emerald Quest. I'm excited about Taijutsu Gates. I'm excited about I'm even excited about I haven't read the third Heroes International yet, but I'm excited about that too. So before I let y'all go, I do want to ask 2 more questions. So real quick, because this one might not be important, but who is 11?
11 is he's the representative and like the go-between between EHD, the government, and Heroes International. So he is the part of he's the part of EHD and Heroes that is trying to get this team back functioning.
Okay.
We left breadcrumbs or evidence that there have been previous Heroes International teams. And I've always said in my pitch, this team is terrible because they're a ragtag bunch of kids that have been thrown together. It's like up-and-coming superheroes who have only worked with themselves, by themselves. They've worked solo, and we put them in this environment because the world needed a superhero team after the Zero event. But EHD and the government don't really trust them because they're all a bunch of young Thundercats. So 11 is trying to turn those things around. They put it in his lap to run that team.
I like it. Okay. All right, I'm down with that. Okay, so my last question. The last question, I want to hear from all 3 of y'all.
I'm a little disappointed that you did not ask us about the strange word balloon in Vigilance #1 when in the Backlash when Justice was talking to Vigilance.
Strange word balloon. Number 1?
It is not a lettering mistake.
It is not. It is absolutely intentional.
Hold on, let me go write that down because you're right. I might have overlooked it. You said in Hot Shot 1 or Vigilance 1?
Vigilance #1. I knew for sure you was about to ask us about that.
See, Vigilance #1 is the only one that I don't have physically on my computer. So I didn't get to go back through and read it this morning. I was looking back through the other ones and I didn't get to read Vigilance #1. But I got through 2 and 3. But I'm gonna go back and find it now.
So all right, what's your last question?
So my last question that I want to hear from all 3 of y'all: should we trust Vigilance?
I'll let you go first, bro.
Do you think?
You're thinking too long, so that means no.
I guess time will tell.
Time will tell. I'm
Time will
gonna
tell.
say, yeah, you can trust her, man. Can you trust anybody 100%? I mean, she's on Earth. She's dealing with the government. She's under the impression they're lying to her. Only person that seems like she can trust is Hotshot, and Hotshot trusts her.
Yeah, Hot Shot trust her. Hot Shot. That's what I was gonna say earlier when we was in the Hate Carla panel. Hot Shot doesn't have trouble communicating with most people. So for him not to be able to talk to Carla means that it's something there. He got good intuition.
And
But-
we always come back to Carla.
What'd you say, Daddy? You think we should trust vigilance?
I don't know. I mean, we've seen. Let's look at what we've seen. In the pages of Hot Shot, we've seen her put down Void permanently. She's a soldier. She's part of the EHD. So does that mean that she can't be trusted? We saw the words that she delivered to Hot Shot in issue 6. She showed zero remorse. However, in Hot Shot issue 9, after the events of Vigilance 1 through 3, she's been doing some soul searching, trying to figure things out. If you look at her words, and she thanks Mike, directly for checking her shit, basically. Thank you for keeping me in check. So there shows maybe some remorse. I've had a second thought. I've looked at it. Maybe the way I felt isn't so good. That's a good sign. Like I mentioned, we get a little glimmer of light in the uncertainty of darkness that Vigilance is in right now. So see where that goes.
I see, and the thing that scares me is that I don't think Hot Shot is strong enough at this point to take Vigilance if she turns. If she
absolutely not, because he was not strong enough in issue 5.
Yeah, right. So he gonna need some more teammates, or he gonna need to train a little bit more before that point comes. If she turns, it's gonna be bad for everybody.
Hey, just know that first off, Danny, I respect the hell out of your comic book fandom. I really do. And we love comic books just as much as if not more. So we definitely got some big story notes that we have planned. We are very serious about these books and the content that we're trying to bring. There are tons of books that we are fans of, that we look up to, and we want to deliver, if not more, but at least the same level of geekdom that we've gotten from reading these books.
So just to Shaggy, to answer kind of your comment or your question there. Yes, we know what Void says. Make way for the darkness, extinguish the light. But can we cast out the darkness with light? You gotta think about that.
Preach. Get out here.
Okay, I think I got my feel for tonight. I got a couple more things that I wanna dive into. I got some more research to do in Vigilance #1 here. So I'm gonna call it a night for y'all. I'm about to go to a haunted house with my family, and then as soon as I get back, I'm gonna find Vigilance #1 somewhere. Why isn't Vigilance in the store right now? What's going on with that?
I thought it was up there. I didn't realize it wasn't up there.
I don't think Vigilance #1 is in the. I don't think the Vigilance series is in the store.
Hot Shot #1 digital's not there.
Yeah, Sean told me he's restocked on all the books and been sending them out. I'll look again. I may just, because I'm so used to going there, I might just automatically put it there because I see all the books there. But I'll check again. But last time I saw it was up there.
Make sure you check that, because I would have got it today if it would have been there. I'd have made it happen.
All right.
So
I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate throughout today and talking to you throughout all of these conversations, and I will not allude to exactly when or what or how, but knowing what you're taking from the series, the things you're picking up on, the questions you have, leads me to believe that we're telling a great story, and we're heading in the right direction. And again, once everything's laid out, all the cards are on the table, It's all going to connect, and you'll see that full picture.
Hey man, I'm gonna be around at least until Hot Shot 100. So let's make it happen.
That's what's up. Appreciate it, man. We're about to get into the next one. It was a pleasure having you as the host tonight.
Yeah, have a good night.
Awesome.